Good morning, Martin. Thank you so much for taking the time and just to watch this video. I know that you're such a busy guy and your time is very valuable. Also, thank you for taking the first step in getting to know how your website is doing compared to your competitors and the number one business on Google, right? So I'll just dive right in, okay? I'll go over 3 to 4 things that you should pay attention to on how your website is performing and how your digital presence is overall. So first things first, I love your logo. I love that people will be able to remember that. So great job with that. I love the overall look of your website. So the aesthetic is great. So amazing job with that. It's easy to read. It scrolls. Everything is working properly. So great, great, great job. So the first thing as a digital marketer and for Google, Google looks at your content. So content is king. I don't know if you've heard of that, but content means any of these words or photos on your home page, especially, but throughout your website. So Google ranks websites higher when you have a lot of valuable content that you can provide consumers, right? And Google is very smart. So it's gotten smarter each year, every couple months they come out with something else. So typically, on average, you want to have at least 1,500 words on your home page, but it has to be valuable, right? So and relevant to your industry and business. So I did a quick little analysis. So you have about 619 words. That's not bad. Again, that's average. So 1,500 is average. That depends on what your competition is doing. It's all about the competition and beating out the competition. So if your competition, the number one person has 500 words, and great, no problem, then the 619 words should not be an issue. So content also includes the photos as well. So you want photos to be saved as keywords that you're trying to rank for. So like electrician, Baltimore, Maryland. I know that you have other services as well, HVAC, plumber, HVAC, Baltimore, Maryland. It's always the service plus the cities that you're targeting. So you have to tell Google, you have to direct Google onto who's your ideal clientele. Google doesn't know. You have to tell Google. So I can do a quick check and see how. So this was named obviously furnace filters because that's what it is. If you name photos on your website as new furnace or HVAC. Again, keywords, HVAC, Baltimore, Maryland, HVAC, Montgomery County, Maryland. It's always, it's telling Google what to do and who to send to your website, right? So again, it's all about creating that consistency in your website and directing Google on what you want, right? And who to send over to your website. So that's the first thing. So second thing, so this is a keyword, right? So people are, putting in electrician Baltimore, and you want your site to pop up, right? So the first thing you see is obviously these sponsored ads. This is just another way Google can make money off of you. Majority of people they don't trust paid ads. I mean, they do work. It just depends if you do them correctly. But we always recommend these ads. This is newer. So these ad placements can create an ROI for you, but again, it can be quite costly. So, every time someone clicks on it, you have to pay, right? And that means on accident, on purpose. So you have to keep that in mind. And people inherently just trust businesses that are organically or naturally showing up on the first page. They know that ads are paid for. So the second thing you should pay attention to is this Google Map Pack. This will drive 25 to 35% of traffic just being in this area. Obviously, you want to have good reviews. Anything over 4.5 stars is great. This is an amazing place to be. So how do you get into this area? Great question. So you have to have a lot of citations and beat these competitors out on citations. So citations are just your business name, address, and phone number, and online directories, like Yelp, like Facebook, like the B&B. There's other directories that are, specific to your industry, but you just have to have more than them. It also has a lot to do with reviews as well. This is a newer thing that Google is emphasizing. You really should stay on top of your reviews. Reaching out to those happy customers, and getting like at least 2 to 5 reviews a month, and staying on top of your Google My Business page, staying active, posting. All of that is more important, and it's a bigger indication this year of how to get into this area. And so obviously Baltimore, they have a lot of competition right now. This electrician has 204 reviews. That's so people are going to go tend to click on these businesses and inquire about doing business with them. So the third thing, now when we go scroll down, you see, this is what we call the organic section, where it naturally comes up, right? So Walter Electric, their back page is ranking, so not their whole entire page. So they must have other locations, but it's not their main focus. So the number one competition for this particular keyword, electrician Baltimore, is this Milton Electric. So because their whole entire website is ranking. So I'll show you how they're doing versus how you're doing. Okay, so let me just click on their sites. Their site's very well done as well. Very clean and everything. So great. So this is what our analytics system looks like. It's called Ahrefs. And so I put your website in here, and you'll see once it pops up. It's a little slow today. Okay, so we'll re-put yours in. And it'll show you exactly how you're doing, how you're ranking, and why. So you do have quite a bit of backlinks and referring domains. So this is the section you really want to pay attention to in terms of ranking on the first page, especially on the first couple slots on Google. So just think of a referring domain as a high power, high credible website linking back to your website, giving you power. They're sharing power, and they're telling Google, hey, you're credible, you're popular, I want to give this company a vote or a boost. So you're creating a relationship with Google essentially when you create a website. But not all backlinks are created equal. You don't want any spammy ones. You don't want any ones that are not relevant to your business. There are a lot of spammy links that actually bring your website down. Referring domains, not all referring domains are made equal too. There are some that are poor quality, low power. So again, quantity is not always, best. It's quality over quantity, right? So this is what it's telling me here. The URL rating and the DR, or the domain rating, you want this ratio to be 1-to-1 as close as possible, like 24-23, 24, 21, 24-20, whatever have you. But what this is telling me is that your domain rating, the domain credibility, you can say, is very low. So it's not even 1, it's 0.7. So the quality of your referring domains is very, very low. So I don't know who had chosen your referring domains, but they're very low quality and very low power, so they're not helping you a lot. So you do have a lot, 1,000, that's a good amount, and referring domains, that's a good amount again, but again, they're very low quality. So you can have somebody that has 50, but they're high quality, can beat you out very easily because these are very low quality. So you have 133 keywords. That's driving 49 people to your website a month. 49, isn't bad, but that doesn't mean they're actually paying clients, right? So you have to think about, you want to drive traffic to your website, but you want to drive the correct traffic to your website, right? So we have to look at your keywords. So these are all national keywords because there's no city attached, and obviously this is your branding. So electricians, Montgomery County, Maryland. That's a buyer intent keyword. So 30 people search that a month. You're in 27th place on Google. That means you're on the 3rd page. Commercial electrician, Baltimore, Maryland. 20 people search that a month. You're in 20th place, so you're on the 3rd page. Let's see. Electricians, same thing. Electrician, Baltimore, Maryland. 100 people search that a month. You're in 41st place, so you're on the 5th page. So you kind of get what I'm saying. So from your rankings, you're on the 5th page or 4th page, or 3rd page, seems like. So you're never really on the 1st page for any of these keywords. Electricians, Baltimore, Maryland, 70 people search that a month. You're in 67th place, so you're on the 7th page. So on and so forth. So, I don't know if you're focusing on HVAC, electricians, but if you want more jobs, in an electrician field, then obviously we would just work on your electrician keywords. So now we can look at Milton. So we'll put that in, and we can give it a go. So yes, here we go. So their UR, it's not, it's better than yours, but again, like their quality is it's not as bad, it's not 0.7, but it's still a little bit low, but it's still obviously giving them power. They have 170 domains, 1,038 backlinks. They have 2,500 organic keywords, which is driving 1,800 people to their website a month. So they're doing a lot of business. That's a lot of traffic. So, they're doing very well for, in the electric field. So what we do is essentially we go in here and we pick the most powerful, most beneficial referring domains, and we apply them to your website each month. It's a pretty, it sounds simple, but obviously it can get very technical. But yeah, we literally have the template of how to beat them out because it's right in front of us. We do add more. We obviously will add more so you can beat them out. Same thing with backlinks. We have access to it as well. And we apply the backlinks that are most powerful and most beneficial to you. And then obviously we'll utilize similar keywords as them. Electrician, Baltimore, Maryland, 100 people search that a month, they're number 1, right? Baltimore electrical, 150 people search that a month, are number 2. Electrical contractors, Baltimore, I didn't see that in your website. 70 people search that a month, they're number 1. Electrician in Baltimore, I didn't see that in your website either. So 40 people search that a month, they're number 1. Electrical contractor, 70 people search that a month, they're number 1. So you can see, you're missing keywords, and obviously they're ranking number 1 because they have quality backlinks and quality referring domains, and they have just a better overall push or power to their website. So with this combination, that's why they're number 1, right? So I hope this makes sense and gives you a lot of value. I know it can be overwhelming and confusing because this is a lot of just a lot of technical information. But I would love to get your feedback back, so please let me know if this brought you value and if you learned a good amount. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Okay, I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for your time. Okay,